Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. I'm the Book Geek and the witch is back. This is my Hocus Pocus book tag. Now, I've put a spell on you and now you're mine. So once again, this is yet another tag from the Black-Oween-Athon. There are a series of questions and I'm going to run through them quickly and try to answer them to the best of my ability. So question number 1 is, what book would you consider to be a sweet tooth, meaning a book you can't get enough of? Ooh, I have a lot of those. So if we're talking about a horror book, I cannot get enough of Let the Right One In. I love that book. It's one of my favorites. If we're talking about just any book in general, I'm going to say, oh my God, I don't even know what to say. I have so many. Of course, I can't get enough of it. And I want to say Everything, Everything. I really, really just adore that book. The romance, it brought me back to my teenage years, puppy love, young love, being adventurous, willing to risk it all for love. I love that book. I can't get enough of that book. Next question. Name a series or single book that has magic, vampires, and werewolves. Okay, so what do they mean? Like a book that has all three in one book? Or a series that features all three, not necessarily in one book? Or a separate book for each thing mentioned? So, if we're talking about a book that has magic, vampires, and werewolves all in one, I have no idea. If we're talking about a book that has vampires in it, I'm going to say that whole Interview with the Vampire series. I forget the name of the series. By Anne Rice. That has vampires in it. She also has another series about werewolves, I believe. But I don't think the two are connected. And, as far as magic is concerned, the vampires usually have some sort of magical ability. But if that doesn't count, I don't know. Twilight? I mean, they had magical elements, vampires, and werewolves. Name a series or single book that has two sisters and they are magical. No clue. No idea, guys. I don't know. What is your favorite fictional character to dress up as for Halloween? So every Halloween I dress up as a different character. So I was once Dorothy. I was the Joker. I was Cruella de Vil. Some other things like fairies and ladybugs and things of that nature. But for the past few years, I've been really up in my costume game. And I was Coraline one year. Out of the ones that I've recently done, I'm going to say that my favorite was Cruella de Vil. Cruella de Vil and Joker. Those were my two favorite characters to dress up as. I have a lot of favorite horror characters and, spooky type characters that I want to dress up as. I want to do Chucky. I want to do Pennywise. I want to do Edward Scissorhand. I want to do so many different characters. This year, I had to pick something last minute. I didn't really get to do what I wanted to do. So instead this year, I'm going to be a zombified Snow White. And so I really need to start getting on my costume because I have to, make her look like she just rose out of the dirt. Have you watched the Hocus Pocus movie? What were your thoughts? So yes, I've seen that movie tons of times. And my thoughts, I just loved the movie. It was a fantastic movie. Great movie. I think it has aged well. It was hilarious. It was funny. It's something that was for all ages. It was a movie that almost didn't make it. There were a lot of hiccups when they were trying to get this movie off the ground. I think Bette Midler actually fronted some money or something like that, some resources or something to propel this movie forward, because she was interested in the plot and she was interested in this film and she wanted to see it completed. And it's a film that I wanted my kids to grow up watching. I wanted my kids to grow up watching a lot of the things that I watched when I was a kid. Sorry, I don't have anything more profound to say about Hocus Pocus. I'm sure some people can look at a movie and analyze the hell out of it. I could probably do that on paper. I'm a much better writer than I am a speaker when it comes to sharing my thoughts on things. And then being put on the spot and trying to think off the top of my head with no time to prepare, because I did not look at these questions beforehand. I don't know. I don't really know what else I can say about Hocus Pocus. It was just a fantastic movie. At the time when it was released, it was not very popular. It became popular later on. And Hocus Pocus was actually released in the month of July, not October, which it probably would have done much better at the box office if it was released around Halloween time and not in the summertime. But I think there was another scary movie, I think it was Nightmare Before Christmas or something like that, that also came out that year that was released in October. So it would have been in competition with that. I don't know. Fact check that. I think that's what it was. But this movie did come out in the summertime. It grew in popularity over time for very good reason. I mean, it is just... it's like you can't have Halloween without Hocus Pocus. You have to watch this movie during the Halloween season. It is a crime. It is like Charlie Brown's Halloween special. You have to watch that. You have to watch Hocus Pocus. There are certain movies you just have to watch during the Halloween season, and Hocus Pocus is one of them. It was a movie that came out in the 90s. It was a feel-good movie. A lot of the movies of the 90s were feel-good movies. It's just special, especially if you grew up as a kid watching this. It's gonna have a special place in your heart as an adult. The next question is, if you could have any famous cat, which one would you choose? When it comes to cats, I'm thinking of Sabrina's cat, Salem. I'm thinking about the cat from Hocus Pocus, who wasn't really a cat at all, of course. And Sabrina's cat wasn't a cat at all either. I mean, cats don't talk. But I'm thinking about Sabrina's cat. I'm thinking about the cat from Hocus Pocus. And I'm thinking about Puss in Boots for some reason. I can't think of, and the cat from Pet Sematary, evil ass cat that came back from the dead. Besides that, I'm pretty sure there are others. I mean, it's hard to think off the top of your head. I'm not that good with these type of tag questions. I'm not gonna be doing these anymore. I think I would want Salem. You know, the cat from Hocus Pocus was on a mission, and he had some things to do. So I wouldn't want him around. And surely wouldn't want Church around, because you're not about to claw me to death. Puss in Boots might be cool. You know, he can put up those big bright eyes and get whatever you want, and he can kick some ass. But Salem is very funny and down to earth, and I think I could see this cat as, becoming one of my best friends. He has one of those personalities, and I'm talking about Salem from the old school Sabrina the Teenage Witch series that used to come on TV. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Salem. He was funny, he was down to earth. I think me and Salem would get along great. The next question is, who is your favorite fictional warlock of all time? Now, I don't have a favorite warlock. The only one I can think of off the top of my head is Gandalf. Oh, and also Merlin. So it would be either of those two. The last question is, I'm doing so terrible on these. I am so terrible at answering these questions. The last question, thank God, is, which author would you go trick or treating with? And come on, guys, you know the answer. What's the answer? What's the answer? Stephen King. Stephen King. I want to go trick-or-treating with Stephen King. My tummy just rumbled. I got to go eat. I want to go trick-or-treating with Stephen King. I would also like to go trick-or-treating with Paul Tremblay. I hope I'm saying his name right. Who else would I like to go trick-or-treating with? I wouldn't mind going trick-or-treating with Keelan and Patrick Burke. Yeah. Those are like the three at the top of the list. I would love to go trick-or-treating with them. I think we would get all the candy. We'd hit all the blocks and we would just get all the candy and scare the hell out of some kids along the way. All right, guys. So that was my Hocus Pocus book tag. Ooh. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications if you enjoy my content. And I'll see you guys in my next one. This was a hot mess video. Sorry. Bye.